It's just, I love that man, honestly. I do. I really, really love that man. Hello there. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, karibu sana. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I highly appreciate the support. Are you coming back and watching? It's 100% appreciated. My name is Mukali Maluli. I try to talk about life, fashion, and entrepreneurship on this channel. You might want to stick around and see what it's all about. You might want to binge all the other videos that have been uploaded before. And you can turn on the notification bell so that you get notified every other time I upload a video, which is every once in a while. At this point, I can't even say every week or every 2 weeks. I don't want to do that. Before we get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you actually do like this video, share with your friends, and leave a comment down below. All these things do help the channel, validates it, motivates the girl, and yeah, all the good stuff. Please do that. All right. So on this day, the day of the set is Father's Day, and I just figured if it's Father's Day, then we can also celebrate the father throughout the week. So I decided to do a little small cute shoot about my dad specifically, but just to thank every dad out there who is intentional about fathering their kids, to appreciate every present, positive, intentional father out there. It means a lot to be a present father and to be there for your kids and to make sure that they never miss out on the father figure in their life. To all the deadbeats dad, please step up. Please step up. And to everyone that has lost their dad, my heart goes out to you. So let's get right into the video. To start off, the relationship between my dad and I. First of all, I'm the last born girl, and I was last born for around 12 years. So that tells you that my dad and I are very close. We have been close since I can remember. He was like my really close friend even back in the day. Yeah, I was the snitch, first of all. Mercy and Faith hated me for this. So if I was around and my bigger sisters wanted to mess around, they really couldn't, because if my dad asked, I would tell the truth. I've never been a liar from Kitambo. I'm just that person. So I couldn't look him in the eye and lie. So I think also he really trusted me, because he knew with this one here, with this Kasbol one here, even if I go, and his work was mostly field work. So he knew if he comes and asks me, I'm going to give the tea. It's going to be pouring throughout. So yeah, there was trust, there was friendship. It was just, that kind of a relationship. What I love most about my father is that even for all of us across the board, he was always super present. I mentioned that he used to do field works a lot, and I promise he would make time. He would make sure it didn't even matter whether he was in the farthest corner of the country. He would come back home and make sure he showed up for the, Parents' Day and for the visitings and for everything that mattered. I remember I was in Limuru for high school, and home is Kitui, and he was in Lodwar, and he came all the way from Lodwar to Kitui for my visiting, to come all the way to Limuru and get back, and then get back to Lodwar immediately. And just thinking about that and all the other things that he did that we don't even, as kids, you can only see so much. There is so much that you never see, that you never get involved in, that you never really get to, pay attention to or figure out. But the fact that he was that present, it really warms my heart. I 100% love that about him. So a few questions that I've seen, not questions really, but just a few things that I've seen online that I would like to, mention on here, because it's a really short video. So the best memory I have with my dad, and okay, these things are just spread across from when I was a kid to now, as whatever I can remember, because again, my memory fails me. I was even telling Roy that my memory really, when I should be remembering something, I don't remember. But when I'm just seated somewhere doing nothing, when I shouldn't be remembering things, that's when they click. So best memory right off the top of my head, best memory with my dad is there's this period when my mom left, and between my mom leaving and him marrying my stepmother, I remember the days that I wasn't in school, he would make sure that he took me with him for his field work, the ones that were close by, the ones that he was going and then coming back, and the ones that meant that he's driving his car, of course. And, there was nothing interesting there. They were just drilling boreholes. But I loved that he was there, because then I think Mercy and Faith were already in boarding school. So it helps that I'm there with him. I don't even care that I'm not seeing him, but just the fact that we're in the same space, I don't know, there's a warm feeling it gave me. And up to date, I remember those times vividly. I remember for every of the trips that he took me, which are very few because he couldn't take me to every one of them. But I even remember the thing, what I was wearing, like where he parked. And yeah, I really hold that dearly in my heart. So that is one of the best memories that I have with my dad. Worst memory, I think I've shared it here before. During COVID, my dad contracted COVID and it was bad. He got admitted for like a week. And just for context, my dad has never been hospitalized. He has never been admitted in hospital. It's just like those malaria for 3 days and the homa for a few days. That's what I knew that would bring him down, and it wasn't even that bad. But this really scared the shit out of me. I've never thought the way I thought during that period. My mind was just racing throughout. Yeah. Hands down, that is the toughest, not even worst memory about him. It was just the toughest period of my life, I think, ever. Yeah. So yeah, I fear sickness, and I don't like, I'm an overthinker, and I've shared this before. So I keep on thinking about the things that could happen if something, God forbid, happened to him, or something, God forbid, happened to people that are close to me. And it scares the shit out of me because I can't help thinking about it. It's just flashes that come to my mind and I get those goosebumps immediately. So sickness, just the thought of him not being able to, or him not being around, that really scares me. May God give him good health for a long time. Most emotional day. First of all, I'm from a blended family, in case you don't know. So the day my dad told me that he was marrying his second wife, that was hands down the most emotional, as far as I can remember, the most emotional day. So I'd seen her severally. She'd come over at some point, even slept over, or it's on that day that she slept. I think it's on that day that she slept over. And, I know I'm adding 1 + 1, because even before that, she'd come over severally. I'd gone to her place, yada, yada, But it hadn't dawned 100%. So he tells me, and I'm like, wait, this means the mom is not gonna come back. This is it. That catch-up is over. And it was... I cried, he cried, and then he started explaining, oh, you see your friends have their mom, and I want you to have, a figure of sorts. And yeah, I got it, but it was such a draining moment. And the funniest part about it is that day we were going to visit my sister. I think my dad told me so that it wouldn't be awkward, him telling, I hope he didn't tell her when she was in school, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I hope or maybe she just made it make sense, I don't know. But yeah, so we were going, and I remember, because I gotten used to being the passenger princess, I just sat there, and I knew, at the back of my mind, I know it should be her sitting, because we're also going with another family. That was a bit petty of me, but yeah, I was just like, hey, this thing is coming too fast. So let me just enjoy this first. So yeah, that was hands down the most emotional day that I can think of. Best advice that my dad has given me, I think it's just keep the grind. He says keep your mind active. He says keep thinking about the next thing. My dad is retired, but I think he works now more than he used to, because now he's consulting for, the same thing, geology. Yeah, just don't settle, keep going, keep the grind, keep thinking about the next thing. that's the best advice. So what do I love most about my dad? One, he's a very hardworking person. Like I just said, he's retired, but is he retired? Then he's a giver for as long as I can remember. And this is not something I figured like kitambo. Like it's later when now he starts telling you, oh, this is Nani. I'm the one who, so I shared her, or this is whoever. And up to date, he still does that. He just pays school fees for people. He just helps people. I don't know, he has that thing in him, and it's really, I just find it very, very nice, very lovely. I love that about him so much. He is such a giver. What else do I love about him? That he minds his business. My dad doesn't care, by the way. If you want to tell him, you tell him, but it's just like, fine, whatever, just do your thing. He's not those people that are up your whatever so much that you end up feeling like it's choking you or whatever. He's chilled, he minds his business. You do what you want to do, tell him what you want to tell him, and that's it. So yeah, and the fact that he's a very honest man. First of all, I've had stories about black tax. Thank God I don't even know what that is. Okay, I know what it is, but firsthand haven't experienced it. But we do business with my dad, and because he's closer to the farm, he does most of the things. He goes back and forth. He makes sure everything is well taken care of. And when it comes down to sharing the profits, he doesn't even care about all the things he's done. And it has to be us who's saying we have to compensate you for ABC. Just that. And I remember the first time we did it, no one had even sent what they were supposed to send in terms of capital. And he still, like, who does everything and then tells you this was the capital, I've taken it from your cart, and then this is what you get. I just don't, it's just, I love that man, honestly. I do. I really, really love that man. So that's it for this video. Please do share with me in the comments what's your, best memory with your father. What's the worst? What's the most emotional? What's the best advice that you have ever received from your father? Do let me know these things. Have the conversation with me in the comments section. I will highly appreciate it. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I said in the beginning, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with your friends. Again, it does help, it does validate the channel, and it also motivates the girl. All right? Yeah, so that's it. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed shooting it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.